Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here and talk about my wedding realities. If you're interested in my wedding process, obviously you can follow along with the wedding series of videos that I'm putting out. And at the end of this video, I will also add some snippets of our wedding tour of the venue and tell you some updates of how things are going in terms of how far along we are in the planning process. But first thing first, my reality. Now, I have found that along the wedding planning process, I haven't necessarily been feeling the way that I feel like people expect me to feel. I feel like, and in comparison to like people around me who have recently been married or who are engaged, etc., everybody else seems to be like, yeah, really bubbly all the time. And don't get me wrong, I'm a bubbly person, for the most part. It depends on who you ask. But I have found that like I haven't necessarily been feeling that way, and it's irritating me that I'm not feeling the same way that everybody else feels. And before anyone jumps to conclusions, now I am excited to get married to Daniel, my fiance, and I'm excited for the union. I'm excited for everybody to come together to celebrate us on said day and for years to come, etc. So we're not even gonna go down that road. But what I'm trying to say is that like when it comes to a wedding, you have all these expectations on you that others put on you. You have these expectations of what society puts on you because it's a wedding. And then you have the expectations that you put on yourself. Because me personally, I've never really had an experience of hosting anything. And last thing I want is to invite all these people here, you know, to this one place to be like, look at us, look what we've planned. And everybody hates it. That's one thing that stresses me. Another thing that stresses me, that obviously there's all these intricate details that come into planning a wedding if you choose to do a wedding of whatever scale. And I found myself getting like irrationally annoyed in situations related to the wedding. Like it is stressing me out. I'm very much a person who, if I know I'm going to become stressed, I like to beat the stress. If that makes sense, like let's say you're telling me I'm going to be stressed next week, I would rather do the things now to prevent me from being stressed next week. But it doesn't really work like that with wedding planning. Wedding planning, you usually do, you know, you have your waves of times where you're doing a lot, and then it's a dry period where you're waiting on everybody else and you're waiting for everything. And then you're going again. And then you've got the obvious stresses like finances. That's obviously a stressor because you're saving up all this money and then boom, money's gone to a bill. Another money's gone to a bill. I'm not here complaining about that because we chose to plan the type of wedding we're planning and we've chosen to go down that route. What I'm necessarily saying is I'm not on here to complain. It's just I wanted to share how I've been feeling in the sense like, for instance, the other day we had to give notice for marriage, which is something you have to do to basically let the government, your council, etc. know that you're going to get, you're planning on getting married. And something as little as the printer playing up sent me on a spiral. I was so fuming I had to go for a drive. Like little things like that, or me being either more impatient than I usually would, and then going through ways where I don't really want to talk about wedding planning, wedding stuff. When people ask me about it, I kind of just don't want to talk about it because I'm so fed up of it. Like, I feel bad to say it, but like, I can't wait to be married and be done with wedding. Like, I cannot wait. And there's some people like, I'm so excited for it to come. I'm not necessarily excited for it to come in the sense of, I can't wait, yeah. I'm like, I can't wait to be done with the stress and just get on with wagwan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm feeling necessarily very well, but yeah, it's just pushing me over the edge. And like I have told Daniel, bruh, if, you know, for some reason this don't work, you will never have to worry that I'll get married again, because there is no way in hell I will go through this process ever again. No way. Because I just can't, I can't hack it. Like, I see why it's a like, $1 million industry. Because If I can get someone else to take on this stress, I would love to, in that sense. So it's a bit of a pain. And then like, it's annoying that I feel that way because I want to feel how other people are feeling about it. I want to be like, oh my God, I can't wait when someone asks me about it. I want to be like so bubbly about this and be like, can't wait to do this and these little details. And I've seen everybody else around me who's gone through the process or who was thinking of going through the process who feels different to how I'm feeling. Now, the nice thing with like social media is obviously I can find and see if anybody else is feeling the same as me. And I've like come across a few videos of where people have like mentioned the fact that like the wedding planning process has crumbled them emotionally and like had them mentally spiral. And I'm not trying to, you know, be dramatic necessarily or anything like that, but I do feel like the whole planning process is definitely affecting my mental health. Yeah, it's driving me up the wall on a whole different scale. And I thought by the time we get married, we would have been engaged for 2 years. And I thought doing it with that much notice and that much time that it would be a smooth process because we were very much, well, I was very much on it from jump, getting things sorted, like I've got things designed that just need to print in, I need and that and that. So in that sense, I'm calm. And in reality, the place that we are in right now, I shouldn't really have anything to irritate me. But it does. Things are irritating me. The idea of knowing that, oh, our RSVP's deadline comes in 2 months. And I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. But like, not everybody is RSVP. Obviously, I'm not complaining because I've given them, they've got 2 months to still do it. But like little things like that, I'm like, oh, I can't move to the next step because I'm waiting on this. And then when I hit that wall, I'm gonna face another set of stress because now I have all of these things that I could have been doing earlier if people had gotten to me earlier. Like, honestly, it's really irritating. So I like to think that I'm going to post a lot more along the wedding process as I get closer to it. But if I don't, that's why, because I'm feeling how I'm feeling surrounding the thing. Daniel understands. He knows that when I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for this thing to be over. He knows it's like nothing personal to him. I just can't deal with this stress and it's really irritating me. So yeah, so if you're wondering why I haven't posted a ton of videos, like I didn't post my first wedding meeting. I did film it, not the meeting itself, but I did film like a recap after the meeting, and I basically after the meeting I said what I'm saying now is that like sometimes I just get like so fed up when it comes to wedding stuff and like the premature stressing for the stress that's coming. I look too far in the future sometimes and get myself all riled up about things that I have no control over currently. And I filmed it, uploaded it, but didn't make it public. And I was very much like, do I put that? Like, what will people say? You know, I don't care what you say. Like, I don't care what you say because I just feel like there's someone out there, and I know there are other people out there who feel the same way as me in terms of where everything isn't roses, everything isn't yay when it comes to the planning process, and it has nothing to do with the relationship. It's just the process of planning. And yeah, that's kind of my reality right now. But anyway, moving on to nicer things. Little wedding updates. Like I said, we got 2 months before the RSVP's deadline is up, and at that point, once the deadline's up, the deadline is up because we need to start looking at table planning and all that stuff before our second meeting, which is going to come around soon, very soon. At this point in time, we are, how many months? I'm trying to count. Jesus. I'm trying to remember what month are we in now? Okay, so 5/4 months until I'm a wife. That's a lot of shit to do in 5/4 months. Okay, and then so what I've been doing to help with my stress is booking holidays. And I know it's not necessarily the best thing to do considering I've got like a whole big financial thing smacking us in the face, i.e. wedding. But holidays keep me sane. I'm not saying like, oh my god, how do I keep me sane? But leaving the country, getting away from my stress keeps me sane. So yes, I have booked trips, so you will see things about trips and stuff, or you have seen stuff about trips. I'm not sure when I'm going to share this, but so we're doing that. See, I've asked my bridesmaids and everything, so that's nice. We've got all the important things sorted. Right now it's just the waiting game. Like,